It was just another late night after work. The streets were empty, the air felt colder than usual. I stumbled into my apartment building, my legs heavy with exhaustion. As I pressed the elevator button, the lobby lights flickered once, briefly swallowing me in darkness. The elevator doors opened with a long, creaking sound. A man I'd never seen before stepped out. He wore a black leather jacket and carried a large shopping bag, his face completely blank, almost lifeless. For a moment, he just stood there, blocking my way, staring. "Good evening," I said, forcing a polite smile. But he didn't answer. He just kept staring, unblinking, before slowly walking past me without a word. Something about him made my skin crawl. That night, around 2 a.m., I woke up to a strange, low rumbling sound. At first, I thought it was thunder rumbling outside, but no, it was coming from the other side of my bedroom wall. A heavy dragging noise, slow and deliberate, scraping across the floorboards again and again. I pulled the covers over my head and tried to block it out, but the noise continued, slow, steady, almost rhythmic. It felt like hours were passing, the dragging never stopping, each scrape growing louder, closer, as if it was moving toward me. When morning finally came, I opened my door to leave for work. Something white was sticking out from under the door, a small, crumpled piece of paper. It wasn't there when I came home last night. I bent down and picked it up. In shaky, almost frantic handwriting, the note said, "Be careful tonight." My heart skipped a beat. Was it some kind of prank? Or was someone trying to warn me? At work, I couldn't concentrate. The words from the note kept flashing through my mind. Every small noise made me jump. Every shadow in the office looked like it was moving toward me. After an exhausting day, I headed back to my apartment. The hallway lights were worse than before, flickering wildly, casting long, distorted shadows across the walls. Every step I took echoed too loudly, as if someone, or something, was matching my pace. Standing by the elevator was the same man. This time, he had 2 large black plastic bags in his hand. His head was slightly tilted downward, his hair greasy and unkempt, obscuring his face. He didn't look up. As I approached, I noticed something dripping from the bags. Thick, dark red drops splattered onto the floor. The smell hit me then. Something metallic and rotten, like rust and decay mixed together. I froze, unable to breathe. Without a word, he turned away from the elevator and started walking toward the stairwell. The sound of his boots on the metal steps echoed eerily, growing fainter and fainter, but somehow it felt like he was still watching me. I rushed into my apartment and locked the door. Deadbolt, chain, latch, everything. I even pushed a chair against the door. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped my phone trying to call someone. Anyone. For a few minutes, there was nothing but silence. I sat frozen on the couch, staring at the door, waiting for something, anything to happen. Each second stretched endlessly, my mind filling the quiet with imaginary footsteps. A soft shuffling sound snapped me back. I saw it, another piece of paper sliding in from under the door, slowly, almost deliberately, as if whoever was outside wanted me to notice. I hesitated before picking it up. Written in large crooked letters were the words, "You're next." The paper smelled faintly of something damp and unpleasant, Almost immediately after reading it, there came a gentle tapping on the door. Tap, tap, tap. It was slow, methodical, almost patient, as if whoever was out there knew I was listening. Suddenly, the lights went out. My apartment was plunged into total darkness, and through the thin wood of the door, I heard it. Slow, heavy breathing, just inches away from me. I grabbed my phone in a panic, desperately trying to call for help, but there was no signal. No matter how many times I pressed retry, the screen only flashed. No service. Then, the door handle began to turn, slowly, deliberately, and I realized with a cold, sinking certainty, I was not alone anymore.